Two teams from the CWU took part in the Crisis Square Mile Relay on the 13th of June to raise money for the National Charity for Single Homeless People. The charity is dedicated to ending homelessness by delivering life-changing services and campaigning for change.
Well, Crisis is the national charity for single homeless people. We work across London and across the UK to help single homeless people get out of homelessness by providing services through housing, education, employment and health and well-being, and campaigning for change to ensure that hopefully no one becomes homeless again in the future.
Homelessness is a big issue in our society. For our members, they're never more than a couple of steps away from losing a roof over their heads, most of them. If you think about the rented sector, rents are going up, security of accommodation is going way down. If you find yourself homeless, even though local authorities are supposed to have a legal obligation to help, single, young, homeless people are bottom of the list of priorities, and the priority people all above them don't have much joy either because resources have been cut so far and so deep.
Well, I can't believe that in the 21st century we've still got people sleeping rough on the streets, and at the moment we've got a government whose policies are going to make the situation of homelessness worse with the changes to housing benefit, and that'll especially affect young single homeless people.
With the recession going on, homelessness is rising. Unfortunately, public services are getting cut, so charities like Crisis rely on your support to help make it all possible. For every runner, more than 2 people slept rough on the streets of London last year. So about 5,000 people slept rough, and there's going to be about 2,000 runners. So that's a sort of salutary reminder that from every one of you today and tomorrow, more than 5,000 people slept rough. And we want to end that by the services we provide, by the campaigns that we run, but we can only do it with your help. So thanks very much for running. Please do get your sponsorship in. Please text Crisis to 70004. Have a great time, look after yourselves, and may the best team win. Thank you very much.
Well, this race is a relay race. 4 runners, 4 legs, each doing the same circuit, and the circuit takes us from here outside the Tate Modern, over the Southwark Bridge, and then round past St Paul's, along the side of the river, over Blackfriars Bridge to where we finish and hand over. I think it's going to be chaotic. There are about 2,500 people here, lots and lots of teams. How we're all going to hand over runners from one to another, I don't know. But we'll make it and we'll do our best. And you guys have given me the head camera to wear, so that's going to be a bit of added bonus for us as well.
I'm running for the CWU youth team today, running against the headquarters staff. I'm up first, and there's 3 other people on the team today.
I've had friends in the past who've had to live on my couch because they've been thrown out of home and had nowhere to go. Private renting's too expensive, so in this day and age we shouldn't have people on the streets. It's a shame this charity has to exist, but every little bit we can do to help is worthwhile.
I'm running because homelessness is a big issue at the moment. I think it can happen to anybody, and I think there's different forms of homelessness, like sleeping on the streets or not having a fixed abode, staying around people's houses. And I think it affects especially young women who are pregnant at the moment, because they don't seem to be having a priority of being housed up until they actually have the baby. So I think that's something that needs to be highlighted to people.
The reason I chose to actually run today is main reason is I'm very fortunate personally to be having a job and a roof over my head basically. I discovered about Crisis a few months back when we had one of the events, and they're mentioning that they assist people who are homeless, and in this day and age, 21st century we are in, and unfortunately there's so many people who are living in that kind of condition. So that prompted me to actually register myself to do the run. That was the main reason for me to assist them and support the people who are homeless.
When you do a sponsored run like this and you ask people for sponsors, they say to you, what are you running for? Crisis. And then it gives you an opportunity to explain to them the charity, and it just makes people aware of the the charity.
What we support Crisis in doing, and by raising money for them by being sponsored this evening, is to say to the government, any government, look, it's wrong to make homelessness a political tool. It's wrong to treat people who lose their homes through no fault of their own, victims in a cycle of poverty and desperation that some of them can never get out of.
Crisis, we rely on the generosity of the public who give us donations and who fundraise for us. And tonight, the Square Mile Run Relay and tomorrow the Square Mile Run are vital events for us in terms of raising money for Crisis and also in terms of raising awareness. All those red T-shirts running around major landmarks in London is raising awareness of Crisis, of homelessness, and what we do, and encouraging people to get involved and support us.
In Bristol, there's 16,000 people on a housing register. So, I mean, in one of the richest countries in the world, that can't be allowed to go on. And Crisis is an organisation that's there to support housing policy, the kind of housing policy we want, the kind of housing policy that's going to be good for our members, and also the kind of housing policy that's going to deal with some of the social problems we've got in this country.
We're hoping it will raise about 160,000, but that's reliant on those who've run and their families, friends and colleagues dipping into their pockets and providing sponsorship to reward their hard effort as they run around the streets of London. But those funds will be vital to helping us run the services that we do.
Well, we've received support from lots and lots of people, mostly in small donations, but some very generous donations from branches as well. So far, our sponsorship stands at just over £2,000. You can gift aid that as well to bump up the figure even more. But sponsorship is still open. It's open, I think, until the end of June. So if you're watching this and it's after the event, it's not too late to sponsor. Just look for the Crisis Just Giving page. Go on to www.cwuyouth.org and you'll find on the front page of the youth website the link to the Just Giving page where you can make your donation. So please do give what you can, either as an individual or particularly as a branch.
If you would like to support the Crisis charity or donate to the work being done by CWU members, please visit the web addresses on screen now.